Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education, thus, also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig the hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. IIU has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. IIU has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of IIU. We're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to have you here today with us. Today's a special day. This is the first global coaching and mentorship conference. We have a great array of diverse speakers. And I have to say that I feel very, very privileged to be co-anchoring this with Mahashade. Mahashade is here with us today, and she is the ISBC president for International Internship University. Maha, are you there?
Yes.
Wonderful. Maha will be with me during this day. We have around 25 speakers, and I want to welcome our special guests and also thank every single one of our speakers for supporting International Internship University. The topic that we'll be embracing today is really important because we all know that in a team, it is really the coach's effort that helps every athlete get the best and live up to their fullest potential. Well, in real life, especially for our students, when they're transitioning from student life to higher learning, they also need this. So today we're going to have a vast array of coaches in different areas, and they will be talking about the importance of the coach, coaching, and mentoring. I would really love to start now with our first guest. Aha, if you would like to introduce our next presenter.
Hello. So now it's our great pleasure to present our next speaker, Dr. Srividhya from UAE.
For the wonderful opportunity.
Great pleasure to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely. So it's always a pleasure to join everyone, all the eminent leaders across the globe on this platform of IIU. And today's topic is definitely a very dear one to each one of us as we are in this profession of educated. What is education? Imparting knowledge, whichever way it is, whether we are a mentor or a coach or a guide, or we are all in the same page of education. So moving ahead to today's topic, coaching and mentoring are very essential for students to achieve their desired goals. I really wanted to ask Dr. Virginia, from where is she picking up these topics, which are more timely, exactly which time of the year that she has picked up this topic, see the month of April, May, where everyone is really hunting for the careers, exactly, if it's a student or the global scenario, which is prevalent and it is really alarming. People are looking for job switchovers and looking for solutions, life solutions and everything. So where do they go to? Where do they go and discuss these problems? Definitely to a career coach or a mentor, right? So be it career coach, be it a counselor, school counselor, being it a guide, a life guide or a mentor is a person who's going to give us a solution. That's what we are looking into. Hope everyone will agree with me on that note. Yes. So in today's rapidly evolving world, academic excellence is no longer enough to guarantee our career because nothing is going to be permanent in this life, only change. So on that note, in this evolving world, students are navigating from a very complicating landscape of education to a technological disruption which is happening amidst global competition, which is so prevalent and is not able to really coming on to the necessities, which are otherwise called as the 21st century skills that are so very demanding. So how do we really bridge the gap? Are we going to discuss only about the problems, or are we going to give solutions to these problems? So in that note, if you think about solutions, we need to somewhere bridge the gap between all these things and strike a balance to our real world expectations. On that note, will our traditional education give solutions for this? Or otherwise, we need to have a shift, a kind of a paradigm shift from a theoretical knowledge, while industries are demanding practical skills of adaptability and problem solving. Are we going to coach our younger generation to translate this academics experience and learning into the real world application, where mentors provide and guide insights from very academic expert to a lived world professionals? Are we going to bring in the change in the academics? That's what we're looking at. With the personalized guidance, when do students open up? They have their own desires and interests in the teachers. To whom they open up, they should be comfortable in opening up their knowledge and the level of expectancy and etc., etc. So in that case, are we going to really connect, bridge a gap or build a bond between the student society and the teacher society such that we are able to bridge it up and build up the future ready skills which are actually required? And when we do that, are we going to stop only by building skills, or are we going to move further in establishing collaborations where this academic excellence will really bridge them to the pathway of success with the competencies in the cosmopolitan society and also the corporate world? Are we going to bridge it up? So in that case, what is required is the role of a school counselor to shift to a mentor and a guide to a career counselor where all these are being taken care. So on that note, Ms. Maha, with due respect to both of you, Dr. Virginia and Ms. Maha, will I get time to share my presentation, which has got about 12 slides? Is it okay? Is it a go ahead?
Yes, sure. Yes, sure. Sorry, I just noted that I'm muted. Yes, sure.
Thank you all eminent professionals for bearing with me. If it's little longer, so you'll have to really bear with me. Yeah.
No worries. So Dr. Srividhya, while you're starting, I just want to say Dr. Srividhya is an incredible pillar for IIU. She really continues to provide sessions on our platform, and she has a great following, and she's an incredible, not only coach, educationist, but also a counselor, a great counselor. And I'm really glad that you brought that in. So the virtual podium is yours. Continue.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. Hope my screen is visible. My screen is visible to me. Hope it's visible to
I can see
everyone.
it. We can see it.
So we are going to see this navigational blueprint from engineering an equitable ecosystem to a lifelong career guidance. That's what the whole session is going to be in a nutshell. So when we do this, the navigating the career outcomes paradox, where it starts from, as we discussed in the introduction, it starts from post-secondary education, which has a cost of increased about 170% over 40 years. But with the balance of the new graduate wages, which has rose only to 20%. See the difference, how much is it? And to bridge this gap, today what could be done is that 55% of the alumni believe that the degree is just not worth the cost of it, even for being the time being spent on that. So to bridge this, exactly, how do we overcome this situation is that early awareness. In the school education, early awareness should be the hub one from K to 12. Focus on discovering their interest, the student interest, building academic focus, which is relevant, and establishing the resilience part of it, definitely, because anything which is going to be tried for the first time is not going to be successful. So establishing resilience and looking into that and changing over the due course of time with the interest will definitely define them the career pathway. Then hub two is that career counseling and the coaching, which should be done in the higher education level, focusing the translating education into the workforce readiness, which is required, navigating the ROI crisis. And hub three should be the professional mentorship. From awareness, it's a coaching to educate the student what is required. And third is that the mentorship, where it is going to really have a holistic development of the student, transmitting from the social capital and the diversity enablement and the long-term retention. So if we do that, a successful career trajectory relies on the continuous wayfinding, breaking the time at any point of time, such that the students don't fall off the map, but they are definitely into the mapping process. So when we do this, laying the foundation in K to 12, how do we do that? Discover the interest of the student. Shift the students away from the choosing paths by chance or the pressure, as somebody was mentioning. They choose the career path because of the pressure, towards the understanding of the personal talents and talents which are there inside the student in terms of science, art, tech, or languages, STEM, or whatever thing. Discover the interest in them, improve their academic focus related to the interests which are there. So connecting the classroom learning directly to the future goals, that's what is actually required. That has to be done with a lot of motivation and commitment, bridging the bond between the student and the teacher and the parents, such that the triangle, that golden triangle, is complete. And we are very successful in achieving this academic focus relating to the interest and reducing. What does it imply to? It reduces this confusion and the stress providing accurate information which is early to eliminate the feeling of being lost when faced with the high-stake choices. So such that the student will be made, will be directed, will be guided to make decisions with confidence, teaching how students analyze a choice and to take the whole of their own trajectory. So if we do that with the mechanics of the resilience, as I mentioned before, not every career, not every client is your customer, or not every path is your career. So in this, definitely the point of resilience has to become enforced such that whatever, if plan A doesn't work, let me try plan B with the ability of metacognition. They have to work on this. They have to work on this resilience such that the risk factors, it will avoid environmental traumas, the family instability, or the poverty disproportionately affect the lower social economic background, creative and achievement gap. To do that, to move away from this risk factor, there are productive factors which can develop a balance with supportive adults, where the mentor's role come in vogue, challenging classes, peer support programs, and extracurricular activities. With the early written intervention, with the act of resilience, definitely our students will benefit much better. So if we do this, when we do this, exactly what is the difference between the career counseling, career coaching, and the mentorship is that when we do it as a primary focus, it is only medical or therapeutical. So if we go to the next level of the career coaching, it becomes more action-oriented, practical, with the practicalities which are involved in it. And when it comes to the mentorship, it becomes holistic and more relational. And what are the dynamics which are involved in it? With a career counseling, it is more kind of a licensed mental health provider only. So when it is a career coach, he becomes a trained guide and the instructor with the experienced peer, senior, and industry veteran with all the industrial knowledge which are being implied into it. What are the core techniques that are being adopted when it is only career counseling? It is only cognitive behavioral techniques which are being analyzed. When it is career coaching, we resume reviews, conduct, guide them for interview prep, and appreciative inquiries with the feedback, with the positive feedback and motivation, etc., which is going on. When it comes to the mentorship, it is actually the transformation, the paradigm shift which happens at this stage of sowing, catalyzing, evolving, and accompanying with all the skills which are required. So the target outcomes when it comes to the career counseling is just overcoming the deep career anxiety and the workplace behavioral limitations. With the career coaching, it becomes a job placement, salary negotiation skills with immediate skill translation. When it comes to the mentorship, it is a long-term development with the social capital transfer, navigating from the corporate policies, etc., etc., etc. So if we understand this, this is where the pathway takes it up with the post-secondary career coaching, where the function is that situational is very limitational between the classroom education and one-to-one consultation, where the preparation is being done when the catalyst is being diverted or with the focus of ROA crisis driven. The shift becomes a public sentiment, shrinking the college age demographic. This is what is actually important, even for the higher secondary schools, connected to the industry world, such that we don't think about going for a job after the secondary education. When they are into the secondary education only, allow them to take internships such that they are exposed to the corporate world, such that the outcome becomes substantial, measurable impact on increasing starting salaries and securing job offers and for the new graduates. So it opens an area where the student themselves will start negotiating their salaries and their pay scale, everything based on their own skills and competencies. So expose them to such a kind of a coaching and mentoring with all the skills which are involved in it. So when we do that, what are the 5 techniques of mentoring? Is that accompanying or participating in the learning processes alongside. So sowing, the second gear is that sowing, providing advice that may initially seem unclear, unacceptable, but will have a very huge future value into it. Catalyzing means sowing the seeds. Exactly what is that in the process of evolving and guiding the student, taking them hand in hand, plunging the learner directly into the change that is required with the new thinking and the reorder values, showing and demonstrating the specific skill which is actually to be accomplished, to be acquired, with the harvest of accessing, evaluating, and redefining the change take place, such that with a passive support to active evaluation, this is what the mentoring helps. So with the mentor matrix of nurturing model, apprentice model, cloning model, and the friendship model, the personal focus will shift to a professional focus as such with the hierarchical dynamics which are involved in it.
Dr. Srividhya, we have 3 more minutes.
Bismillah. So thank you.
Okay, good. Okay.
Thing
It's fine.
is that the inputs which are being put into it will change. The raw information which has been put will be analyzed with the industrial knowledge and advise them throughout, and such that the capacity becomes challenging capacity to face those challenges, to challenge those challenges, and to come out in colorful, colors, such that I'm going to just go through this. So that this is very important. This is what is the thing. So the complete architecture of structure is that the magic formula of success is not just a single intervention. It is an intentional, engineered ecosystem such that it starts from K to 12 with the higher education of the workplace, such that the intercultural competence become intercultural competence excellence. So this is what it has to be done, and this is what the whole process of coaching it should be. And thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Virginia. Thank you, Ms. Maha, for giving the wonderful opportunity. I think I have tried to convey exactly what I wanted to convey. Thanks for the great opportunity. And over to you once again. Thank you.
I always expect excellence and I always get excellence. Thank you so much, Dr. Srividhya. You always put so much effort into preparing and make us all understand. I think you said something that was really important. It's not about one intervention. It's not about just having one meeting and this is it. It's really creating an intentional, an engineered ecosystem. I love that because that's what it is. It's just not meeting and talking and, no, it's really actually putting a plan together, between both, the guidance person and the student. So the outcome is the one that we're expecting. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Srividhya.
To all, thanks for the great opportunity. Thanks to Dr. Piyush Pandit and IIU. Thank you.
Business, life, and accountability coach, and a certified mentor developer. I have seen firsthand how the right guidance can transform lives. Today was just not about coaching and mentorship. It was about possibilities. We were talking about direction. And most importantly, it was about responsibility. Because every student we guide carries a future we may never fully see, but one that we are deeply shaping. And this is really important. You may not see the student or this person in the future, but you know that you contributed. We are reminded that talent alone is not enough. Students need guidance. They need someone who sees in them what they probably don't see themselves yet. And that's so important. And that is who we are as coaches and as mentors. I'm at the airport, so I really apologize. We are not just educators. We're not just mentors. We are builders of futures. As we leave today, let us not just take notes. Let's take action. Let us continue to guide with intention, lead with empathy, and serve with purpose. And remember, there are 273 million kids out there that don't have access to quality education. This is something that we need to all come together, collaborate, so we can change this. So please join us in worldeducationpolicy.com. On behalf of International Internship University, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being part of this meaningful event. I also want to thank Advocate Piyush Pandit for creating this amazing platform. And most importantly, he was the originator of this coaching program. And I apologize again. So first and foremost, our sincere thanks go to our distinguished speakers and our guests. Your insights, experiences, and wisdom have added immense value today. To our organizers, and like I said, and our founder, all the work that goes behind the scene. Thank you, Maha, for being here, for doing this, for carrying us live, for supporting 100%. Your dedication and hard work made this event possible. To all of our mentors, all of our educators, and all participants, thank you for your time, your openness to learn, and your commitment to shaping a new generation. Let us carry forward today's learnings and everything we learned. With gratitude and appreciation, thank you all once again. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Maha, I don't know if you want to add something.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you all
everyone.
for joining us today. Always a
I'm
great
so-
pleasure.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Virginia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.